When I was growing up, my grandfather used to walk 3 miles every morning. Rain, snow, didn't matter. He said, "The day I stop walking is the day I start aging." But I still remember the winter when everything changed. One morning he called me, his voice a little quieter than usual. He said, "I got out of bed and my legs just didn't want to move. I didn't fall, but I felt like I could." He hadn't been sick. He still ate 3 meals a day. But what he didn't realize, like so many seniors, was this. It's not just how much you eat. It's what your muscles are fed with. After age 60, muscle loss isn't just a possibility. It's a silent certainty unless you fight it. And here's the truth. Most seniors skip the single most powerful window to protect their legs. Breakfast. Not cereal. Not toast and jam. But the right kinds of protein, minerals, and anti-inflammatory foods. The ones that quietly help your legs stay strong, flexible, and energized. And no, you won't find most of these in a typical American breakfast. In fact, some of the best foods to stop muscle loss, they're hiding in plain sight, right on the bottom shelf, or at the back of your fridge. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 9 breakfast combinations that almost no one talks about. But they can literally change the way your legs feel, move, and carry you through the years ahead. And the best part, they're easy, delicious, and tailored for seniors who want to stay independent, mobile, and pain-free. Number 1. Oatmeal plus hemp seeds, the underrated breakfast that can help stop leg muscle loss. After 60, my Uncle George is 74 years old. A retired bus driver from Ohio, he's always been active. Walking to the corner store every morning, mowing his own lawn, even shoveling snow when he didn't have to. But last winter, something changed. He called me and said, "I don't know what's going on. I just feel weaker, like my legs don't want to move in the morning. No pain, just less strength." He hadn't changed much. Same routine, same meals. But when we looked closely, his breakfast was just toast, jam, and a cup of coffee. No protein, no healthy fats, no fuel for muscle recovery. That's when I suggested a simple change. Oatmeal with hemp seeds. Why this combo works so well. Hemp seeds are a nutritional powerhouse for aging muscles, and most seniors don't even know about them. They're one of the few plant-based sources that contain all 9 essential amino acids, including leucine, which is crucial for muscle protein synthesis. Leucine activates a process in your body called mTOR, a key biological switch that tells your muscles, it's time to rebuild. Just 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds contain 10 grams of complete protein, over 2,000 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium and zinc, which support nerve and muscle health pair that with steel-cut oats, which are slow-digesting carbs that provide steady energy to your muscles. And you have a breakfast that fuels your legs to recover after a night of natural muscle breakdown. What happens while you sleep? As we age, our bodies lose muscle mass, up to 1% per year after age 60, especially in the legs and hips. And during the night, when we go 8 to 10 hours without food, our bodies break down protein from muscle tissue to maintain basic functions. If you don't refuel properly in the morning, you're starting the day at a deficit. This breakfast stops that cycle. The science behind it. A 2018 review in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle found that older adults who consume 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast show significantly better muscle preservation than those who load up on protein later in the day. Hemp seeds are especially important because they're easier to digest than soy or nuts, naturally anti-inflammatory rich in gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, known to reduce muscle soreness and improve circulation. How to make it George's way. Ingredients: 1/2 cup steel-cut oats, cooked with water or unsweetened almond milk, 2 to 3 tablespoons raw, whole hemp seeds. 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon. Optional, sliced banana or a few blueberries for natural sweetness. Instructions. Cook the oats until creamy. Stir in hemp seeds while still warm. This helps them blend better. Sprinkle with cinnamon and top with fruit. Important tips for seniors. Start small if you have digestive sensitivity. 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds per day, then increase. Avoid sweetened instant oatmeal, which can spike blood sugar and increase inflammation. Talk to your doctor if you're taking blood thinners. Hemp seeds may have a mild effect on clotting. Store hemp seeds in the fridge after opening to preserve freshness. Final thought. Uncle George gave it a try. Now 3 weeks in, he told me, "You know, I don't feel like I'm dragging my legs behind me anymore. It's not dramatic, but it's steady. I get up and I move." Sometimes the most powerful changes are the simplest. So tomorrow morning, instead of skipping breakfast or reaching for sugar and toast, try this. It's not just a meal. It's a message to your body. We're rebuilding today. Go 2. Boiled eggs plus red kale sauté. The brain leg breakfast duo. Seniors rarely eat. A few months ago, I visited my neighbor Edith. She's 81, still sharp as a tack. But she told me something that stopped me in my tracks. I can remember every grandkid's birthday. But getting up the stairs, my legs don't feel like mine anymore. She had just come back from her annual physical, where the doctor mentioned mild sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. I asked about her breakfast. Toast and orange juice, sometimes cereal. Nothing with real muscle power. That's when I shared my favorite combo. Boiled eggs plus sautéed red kale. A nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory meal that helps your legs, brain, and blood vessels all at once. Why it works so well together. Let's start with the star protein, eggs. 1 boiled egg gives you 6 to 7 grams of complete protein, meaning it has all essential amino acids. It's also one of the best sources of choline, a nutrient vital for neuromuscular connection, how your brain tells your legs to move. Choline also supports memory and cognitive function, a win for both muscles and mind. Now let's talk about the underdog green, red kale. You've probably heard of green kale. It's all over the health magazines. But red kale is even better for older adults. It's rich in quercetin, a powerful flavonoid that helps reduce inflammation in blood vessels and improve circulation to the legs. Red kale contains vitamin K for blood clotting and bone strength, and vitamin C, which helps your body absorb iron and build collagen, both critical for muscle and tendon repair. Together, eggs and red kale give you high-quality muscle fuel, brain-boosting choline blood vessel protection, and a gentle anti-inflammatory effect that works with your body, not against it. What's at stake if you skip this combo? As you age, one of the biggest threats to your independence is loss of leg strength. A 2021 study published in the Journals of Gerontology found that seniors with low protein intake at breakfast had 2 times the risk of mobility decline over 3 years compared to those who ate at least 20 grams in the morning. Red kale is also shown in early clinical studies to enhance endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of your arteries. And healthier arteries mean better blood flow to your legs, brain, and heart. How to make it, Edith's version. Ingredients: 2 organic boiled eggs, 1 cup chopped red kale, remove tough stems, 1/2 teaspoon olive oil or avocado oil, pinch of sea salt and black pepper. Optional: garlic, onion, or a few crushed red pepper flakes for flavor. Instructions: hard boil the eggs, about 9 minutes. Peel and set aside. In a small pan, heat the oil and lightly sauté red kale for 2 to 3 minutes until soft but still bright in color. Season lightly, plate with eggs on the side. This breakfast is ready in 10 minutes and keeps you full, sharp, and mobile until lunch. Things seniors should watch. for don't overcook the kale. Too much heat destroys its vitamin C and flavonoids. If you're on blood thinners, like warfarin, check with your doctor before increasing kale intake because of the high vitamin K. For easier digestion, massage the raw kale briefly with olive oil before cooking. Final thought. After a few weeks on her new breakfast, Edith told me, "I feel like I'm not dragging my feet around the house anymore, and my brain, it just feels clearer." This isn't about fad diets or miracle pills. It's about giving your body the real fuel it needs, consistently, gently, and wisely. So tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for processed cereal, try this powerful pairing, because when your breakfast works with your body, your legs will thank you, and so will your brain. 3. Roasted sweet potato plus pumpkin seeds. The muscle-soothing combo. Your legs have been waiting for my cousin Larry, a 74-year-old former truck driver, called me a few months back. He said, "I'm doing everything the doc says, walking, stretching, drinking more water, but my legs still feel stiff, especially around the calves." I asked what he was eating for breakfast. Toast, sometimes just coffee, and on good days, a banana. He was doing the activity, but not feeding his muscles the building blocks they need to stay strong. That's when I recommended my go-to duo for tired, aging legs: roasted sweet potato with a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds. Simple, satisfying, and surprisingly effective. Why this combo works wonders for muscle recovery and strength. Let's break it down. Sweet potato, the complex carb hero. Sweet potatoes are more than just tasty. They're one of nature's best sources of complex carbohydrates, meaning they release energy slowly, which keeps your blood sugar steady and gives your muscles fuel throughout the day. They're also high in potassium, crucial for preventing cramps and supporting nerve signals between your brain and leg muscles. One medium sweet potato has around 540 milligrams, more than a banana. Beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant that helps reduce inflammation in aging muscle tissue. In short, sweet potatoes give your legs clean-burning energy and protect your muscle fibers from wear and tear. Pumpkin seeds, the mineral powerhouse. Don't overlook these tiny seeds. They pack a serious punch. Just 2 tablespoons contain over 35% of your daily magnesium, essential for muscle contraction, relaxation, and repair. Zinc, which helps with muscle regeneration and supports testosterone levels, important for both men and women in maintaining muscle mass. Protein, around 7 grams per ounce, making it one of the highest plant-based sources available. Plus, they're rich in tryptophan, which helps regulate sleep, critical for nighttime muscle repair. The science behind the power. A study from Nutrients Journal, 2022, found that seniors who consumed at least 300 milligrams of magnesium daily had a 24% lower risk of muscle mass decline compared to those with lower intakes. And another clinical review showed that low potassium levels are directly linked to muscle cramps and weakness, especially in older adults with poor circulation. Combining sweet potato and pumpkin seeds gives you a balanced source of carbs, minerals, and protein, a trifecta for fighting muscle loss. How to make it, Larry's version. Ingredients: 1 medium sweet potato, 1 tablespoon olive oil, pinch of cinnamon, optional 2 tablespoons roasted pumpkin seeds. Unsalted instructions. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius. Slice sweet potato into thick rounds or wedges. Toss in olive oil and a pinch of cinnamon. Roast for 25 to 30 minutes until golden and tender. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds on top before serving. He told me later, "I look forward to it every morning. It's the first time in months I've woken up without that heavy leg feeling." What seniors should keep in mind. Choose unsalted pumpkin seeds to avoid excess sodium, which can increase blood pressure. Don't peel the sweet potato. The skin has fiber and antioxidants. Just scrub it clean. If you're diabetic, watch your portion size and pair with protein, like a boiled egg, to balance blood sugar. Final thought. This breakfast isn't just warm and satisfying, it's smart. It fuels your muscles with what they actually need. Steady energy, anti-inflammatory nutrients, and the minerals that keep your nerves firing and your legs moving. If you've ever stood up in the morning and felt like your legs were made of concrete, maybe what they're missing isn't more movement, it's better nourishment. Start with this combo. It's one small plate that could bring big strength back into your stride. Number 4, hibiscus tea plus Ezekiel bread. The heart-healthy morning duo. Your legs will thank you. For my Aunt Mary, 78, used to joke that she had lead in her legs every morning. She'd shuffle from the bedroom to the kitchen, holding on to furniture just to make it through. But she refused to take more pills. She said, "If it's going to get better, it has to come from my plate." That's when I introduced her to hibiscus tea and a slice of Ezekiel bread. A breakfast so simple, yet so effective, she now swears by it. Why hibiscus tea is more than just a pretty color hibiscus tea, made from the dried petals of the hibiscus flower, is a natural vasodilator. That means it helps relax and widen blood vessels, improving blood flow to the legs, heart, and brain. Here's what makes it special. Rich in anthocyanins, plant compounds that lower inflammation and oxidative stress in arteries. Contains hibiscus acid, which acts like a mild diuretic, helping reduce blood pressure. Shown to lower systolic BP by 7.6 millimeters of mercury on average in people with prehypertension, according to a study from Tufts University. For seniors, this is huge. Improved blood flow means better oxygen delivery to muscles, especially during the hours after waking, when your legs need it most. Why Ezekiel bread is not like other bread. Ezekiel bread isn't made from flour. It's made from sprouted grains like wheat, barley, lentils, millet, and spelt, all soaked until they sprout, then baked. Here's what that does for your body. Sprouting increases nutrient bioavailability, especially vitamin B6, magnesium, and zinc, crucial for protein metabolism and muscle repair. It has a lower glycemic index, meaning it won't spike your blood sugar like white bread. And it's packed with fiber, helping to manage cholesterol and blood sugar, two major stroke risk factors. Each slice contains about 5 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, and 0 added sugars. The science of pairing the two. When you drink hibiscus tea without sugar and pair it with a complex carb like sprouted grain bread, something special happens. Your blood vessels relax. Your digestion stays stable. Your muscles get sustained energy plus building blocks for repair. According to a 2019 review from Nutrients, combining polyphenol-rich drinks like hibiscus with high-fiber whole grains may improve endothelial function, how well your arteries expand and contract, a key factor in stroke prevention. Mary's morning routine, easy and delicious. What she does: boils 2 cups of water, steeps 1 tablespoon dried hibiscus petals or 2 tea bags for 10 minutes, drinks it warm with a few drops of lemon toast, 1 slice of Ezekiel bread, adds a light spread of avocado or almond butter. She says, "I feel lighter in the legs by the time I finish breakfast, like my blood is finally flowing again." Important notes for seniors. Avoid sweetening hibiscus tea with sugar. Use lemon or stevia instead. If you take blood pressure medication or diuretics, check with your doctor. Hebe. 5. Kefir plus soaked chia seeds, the gut strength duo that rebuilds muscles. While you sleep. Let me tell you something personal. My neighbor Joseph, a retired carpenter now in his 80s, once told me, "I don't mind aging, but waking up with legs that feel like concrete blocks, that's not living." He tried protein powders. He even bought resistance bands. But nothing stuck until he discovered the simple nighttime ritual that quietly transformed his mornings. Just 1 glass of kefir with soaked chia seeds before bed. That's it. No pills, no protein shakes, no gimmicks. And within weeks, he told me he could stand up from bed without gripping the nightstand. He said, "It's like my legs are remembering how to work again." Why kefir is a sleep-friendly muscle rebuilder. Kefir is a fermented milk drink, thicker than milk, tangier than yogurt, and absolutely packed with casein protein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles throughout the night. Probiotics, which improve nutrient absorption and reduce inflammation in the gut. Calcium and vitamin D, essential for muscle contractions and bone strength. According to a study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition, casein taken before sleep enhances overnight muscle protein synthesis, especially important for seniors over 60 whose muscle recovery naturally slows. Even better, kefir helps improve gut health, which is vital, because if your gut isn't working right, your muscles aren't getting the nutrients they need. Chia seeds, tiny but mighty. Chia seeds might be small, but don't be fooled. They contain complete plant protein, including leucine, which helps activate mTOR, your body's muscle rebuilding signal. They're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which fight inflammation and keep blood vessels flexible. When soaked, they form a gel-like texture, slowing digestion and delivering nutrients steadily through the night. A 2015 study in Nutrients found that older adults who consumed omega-3s daily had improved muscle function and walking speed compared to those who didn't. The power of the pear. Now here's where it gets interesting. When you combine kefir's slow-digesting protein with chia's anti-inflammatory fats and fiber, you create a nighttime cocktail that feeds your muscles for 7 to 9 hours, calms inflammation that causes pain and weakness, improves gut-to-muscle nutrient delivery. Think of it as a repair team working the night shift while you sleep. How Joseph does it. Every night before bed, Joseph pours 1 cup of plain kefir into a glass, adds 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, already soaked for 15 to 20 minutes in warm water, mixes gently and lets it sit for 5 more minutes, sips it slowly while reading his book. He says the routine doesn't just help his legs. It settles my stomach, helps me sleep deeper, and I wake up ready to move. A few tips for seniors. Choose plain, unsweetened kefir to avoid added sugars. If you're lactose intolerant, try lactose-free kefir or coconut milk kefir. Both work. Soak chia seeds before adding to kefir to avoid bloating. If you're on blood thinners, talk to your doctor. Chia's omega-3s may amplify the effect. Final thought. We often overlook the power of nighttime nutrition, but for seniors fighting daily muscle loss, what you eat before bed could make the biggest difference of all. So tonight, try Joseph's way. 1 glass of kefir, 1 spoon of chia. Simple, quiet, healing. Your muscles won't thank you right away, but give it a week, and you just might wake up feeling like yourself again. 6. Avocado egg cocoa. Smoothie, a creamy powerhouse for aging muscles. A few winters ago, my sister convinced our dad, he's 78, to try something new for breakfast. He had just recovered from a minor fall, and his legs were feeling weaker than usual. He missed being able to walk around the garden, rake leaves, or play with the grandkids without wincing. That's when we made him this smoothie. He looked at it, suspicious. "Chocolate for breakfast?" He chuckled. We just smiled. 1 week later, he asked for it every morning. "I don't know what's in that thing," he said, "but my legs don't ache as much anymore." Why this smoothie works. So well for seniors. This creamy blend is more than just delicious. It's scientifically balanced to combat age-related muscle loss. Here's what's inside and why it matters. Avocado. The muscle cell protector rich in monounsaturated fats, which help deliver protein into your cells and protect the muscle cell membrane. Contains potassium, even more than bananas, which supports nerve-muscle communication. Packed with antioxidants like lutein and glutathione, which fight oxidative stress in aging tissues. A 2021 study from Nutrients showed that older adults with higher monounsaturated fat intake had greater muscle mass and better physical performance. Boiled egg, a gold standard protein. One egg provides 6 grams of complete protein, including leucine, critical for muscle rebuilding. Rich in choline, which supports neuromuscular function and reduces inflammation. Easy to digest for seniors with reduced stomach acid. According to the Journal of Gerontology, consuming high leucine foods like eggs at breakfast increases muscle protein synthesis by over 30% in seniors. Raw cocoa, not just a treat. Unprocessed cocoa contains flavonoids and theobromine, which enhance blood flow and reduce arterial stiffness. Improves circulation to leg muscles, especially helpful in the morning when stiffness is common. Contains magnesium, vital for muscle relaxation and preventing cramps. A Harvard study in 2014 found that cocoa flavonoids improved walking distance in older adults with peripheral artery disease, a leading cause of leg weakness. How to make this smoothie blend together. 1 half-ripe avocado, 1 boiled egg, peeled 1 tablespoon unsweetened raw cocoa powder, 1/2 cup almond milk or low-fat milk, 1 teaspoon honey optional, a few ice cubes, blend until smooth. It's creamy, slightly chocolatey, and wonderfully filling. Tips and warnings for seniors. Use raw, unsweetened cocoa powder, not chocolate syrup. If you have kidney issues, monitor potassium intake from avocado. Those with egg allergies can substitute with Greek yogurt or silken tofu. Always blend the egg thoroughly for a smooth texture. A daily act of strength. This smoothie isn't flashy. It doesn't promise overnight miracles. But if you're over 60 and want to reclaim strength in your legs, want to feel confident getting up from a chair, want to walk longer without aching, this simple drink can be your quiet ally. Because sometimes true healing comes in the form of a humble morning ritual, thick, creamy, and full of life. 7. Unsweetened almond butter plus red apple slices. A crunchy duo to nourish your muscles. There's something deeply comforting about the sound of a crisp apple in the morning. My neighbor Helen, she's 82 now, always packs a few slices of red apple in her purse. It keeps me going on my walks, she says. But a few months ago, her doctor recommended adding a spoon of almond butter to go with it. Since then, it's become her morning habit. Simple, delicious, and more importantly, powerful. Why this pair works so well. It may look like a child's lunchbox snack, but this combination is scientifically designed to fight muscle loss and inflammation, especially in older adults. Let's break it down. Almond butter. Tiny spoon, big impact. Contains monounsaturated fats that support muscle cell integrity and energy storage. Rich in vitamin E, a key antioxidant that protects aging muscle tissues from damage. Provides magnesium and potassium, both essential for muscle contraction and recovery. Packed with plant-based protein, offering about 3.5 grams per tablespoon. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults with higher vitamin E levels had better grip strength and mobility, both strong indicators of overall muscle function. And the best part? Almond butter doesn't spike your blood sugar, a common concern in seniors. Red apple, the anti-inflammatory carrier, contains quercetin, a natural flavonoid that reduces muscle inflammation and oxidative stress. Rich in soluble fiber pectin, which improves gut health, indirectly supporting nutrient absorption for muscle recovery. Adds natural sweetness without refined sugar, keeping your breakfast heart-friendly. According to a 2022 study in Frontiers in Nutrition, daily apple intake was linked to improved muscle mass and reduced frailty in people over 65. How to combine them. Slice 1 medium red apple. Spread 1 to 2 teaspoons of unsweetened almond butter on each slice. Optional, sprinkle a pinch of cinnamon on top to improve blood flow. It's a breakfast that takes under 3 minutes but fuels your legs for the whole day. Tips and warnings for seniors. Choose unsweetened almond butter. Many brands add sugar and salt. If you have nut allergies, substitute with sunflower seed butter. Chew slowly. Combining crunch and smoothness helps stimulate digestion and satiety. Diabetics. This combo has a low glycemic load, but always check with your doctor for portion sizes. A morning snack that works over time. This isn't just about taste, it's about protection. A spoon of almond butter and a few apple slices may seem simple, but for someone over 60, it's a strategy. A strategy to hold on to strength, to fight the quiet erosion of muscle, to stay mobile, independent, alive. And sometimes it starts with something as small as what you spread on an apple. 8. Miso soup plus silken tofu plus wakame seaweed, a warm, gentle shield for aging muscles. If you've ever woken up with stiffness in your knees or felt your legs shake just walking down the porch steps, you're not alone. My Uncle Robert, now 78, used to start every day with cereal and toast. Easy, fast, familiar. But after a minor fall in the garden last spring, his doctor recommended switching things up, not with supplements, but with a traditional Japanese breakfast. Warm miso soup with tofu and seaweed. It feels like it hugs my body from the inside, he told me. And he's right. This combination is more than comfort food. It's therapy. Why this trio matters for seniors over 60. This dish delivers plant protein, minerals, and gut-healing probiotics, all crucial in fighting sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. Miso, the gut-muscle connection. Miso is fermented soybean paste, rich in probiotics, especially lactobacillus, which improve nutrient absorption. Contains vitamin K2, essential for bone and muscle coordination. Aids digestion and reduces systemic inflammation, both of which are often underlying barriers to muscle recovery in seniors. Fun fact: a study in Nutrients Journal found that seniors who consumed fermented foods regularly had 25% better muscle strength compared to those who didn't. Silken tofu, gentle protein, big benefits. Soft and easy to digest. Perfect for seniors with chewing issues. Provides 8 to 10 grams of complete protein per serving, including leucine, a key amino acid that activates mTOR, your body's muscle-building switch. Contains isoflavones, which reduce oxidative stress in aging muscle cells. Wakame seaweed, ocean mineral magic packed with iodine, calcium, and magnesium, supporting thyroid function, bone health, and muscle contractions. Contains fucoxanthin, a rare antioxidant shown to improve mitochondrial efficiency, your cell's energy engines. According to a 2021 study in Marine Drugs, regular intake of edible seaweed improved lower limb endurance and balance in elderly participants over a 12-week period. How to prepare it. Ingredients: 1 teaspoon of organic miso paste, 1/2 cup cubed silken tofu, a handful of dried wakame, rehydrated 1 cup warm water, don't boil to preserve probiotics. Instructions: heat the water until warm but not boiling. Stir in miso paste until dissolved. Add tofu and wakame. Let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes. Serve warm. Optional add-ins: a few scallions, a dash of sesame oil. Important notes for seniors. Watch sodium. Miso can be salty. Stick to low sodium or white miso and limit to 1 teaspoon per serving. Check for iodine balance if you're already on thyroid medication. Too much seaweed might interfere. Silken tofu is soy-based, safe for most, but consult your doctor if you have thyroid or estrogen sensitivity concerns. Final thought. This breakfast isn't flashy. It doesn't shout, but it's warm, grounding, and deeply healing, just like a good walk in the morning sun. For seniors, Bill. 9. Hard-boiled eggs, plus 1 tablespoon. Hydrolyzed gelatin powder. The overlooked duo for muscle tendon strength. A few months ago, I visited my neighbor Carol. She's 82, walks every morning, and still tends her backyard tomatoes. But lately, she told me, I feel strong in my legs, but I'm afraid to kneel. My knees just don't trust me anymore. That's when I shared something most people over 60 have never considered. It's not always your muscles that fail you. Sometimes it's the tendons, the connectors between muscle and bone, that weaken silently. And one of the best ways to support those tendons? A simple breakfast combo. Boiled eggs plus a scoop of hydrolyzed gelatin powder. Why this combo works. Eggs and gelatin may seem like odd companions, but together they deliver a complete support system for your legs. Eggs are rich in highly bioavailable protein, choline, and B vitamins, key for muscle repair and nervous system health. Gelatin, especially hydrolyzed or collagen peptides, is packed with glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, amino acids crucial for tendon resilience, joint lubrication, and connective tissue repair. According to a 2019 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who took 15 grams collagen peptides daily combined with resistance training increased leg muscle mass by 10% and improved knee joint stability in just 12 weeks. The science behind it. As we age, our collagen production drops by up to 1% per year after age 40. By 70, most people have less than 70% of their youthful collagen levels, leading to stiffer joints, weaker ligaments, slower muscle recovery. And this is where gelatin, a precursor to collagen, steps in. It binds water, restores elasticity, and strengthens the fascia around your leg muscles. How to use it. Ingredients: 2 hard-boiled eggs, 1 tablespoon hydrolyzed gelatin powder. Look for unflavored, grass-fed varieties. Instructions: eat the eggs as your protein base. Add a sprinkle of salt, pepper, or paprika if desired. Mix gelatin into warm water, tea, or coffee. It dissolves instantly. Sip slowly alongside your breakfast. Optional upgrade. Add a few slices of avocado or half a banana for potassium and extra energy. Important notes for seniors. Check your medications. If you're on blood thinners, always consult your doctor before increasing gelatin or collagen supplements. Avoid gelatin if you have a gelatin allergy or sensitivity to animal proteins. Stay hydrated. Gelatin pulls fluid into connective tissue. Great for joints, but it also means you need enough water. Final thought. Carol started this breakfast habit 2 months ago. And last week, I saw her kneeling again, gently, confidently tending her tomatoes. She smiled at me and said, "Turns out the quietest parts of our body need the most care." If your legs feel strong, but your balance feels uncertain, don't just work the muscles. Feed the tendons, support the connections, and your body will thank you every step of the way.